Yo, yo. Welcome to Reservations for One. I am Bills, back here for another week. And I just want to say, man, I did something the other day that I'm really ashamed of that I did, and I'm very transparent also. I really, I tell people a lot about my life, and I kind of did something I'm kind of ashamed of doing, and if people want to judge me, they can. Hopefully they don't. I gave somebody a bad Yelp review, man. First of all, real niggas don't write Yelp reviews. That's first of all, but I actually gave someone a bad Yelp review because they deserved it. Honestly, this restaurant, they gave me really, really bad service. And I was about to fuck somebody. I was like, well, I'm about to fuck this nigga up back here. And I'm thinking about, for what? What's he gonna do? He's gonna call the cops on me. Clearly, he giving me a bad attitude because he got a bad day or something going on. He clearly can't beat me. And I just said, you know what? I just took my food, left. When I got home, I gave him a bad fucking Yelp review. And after that, I started going Yelp review crazy. I gave all the bars in Bed-Stuy that was owned by white people bad Yelp reviews. We getting them up out of here, man. We fighting back against gentrification. Fuck that. Giving all white bars and restaurants in Bed-Stuy bad Yelp reviews. Nah, man, I ain't give that shit though. But I was thinking about it, about giving them. But I really gave that other restaurant, the one that deserved it, a bad Yelp review. And then I started reading other people's Yelp reviews. Like, yo, that's like a whole thing. That's like a whole community. Yelp is just as funny as fucking going on Twitter. Like some of the shit people were saying about restaurants. I just started typing in my favorite restaurants and fucking and seeing what people had to say about them there. And Yelp is the shit, man. You could go on a Yelp date. You could tell a chick, come over, yo, come over, let's just look at all of our favorite restaurants and see what people got to say about them on Yelp and shit. That is a very underrated thing. And you know what I was thinking about is mad underrated? The other day I was in the city and I called my boy yo, I was driving, he was about to take the train. I'm like, yo, you want to ride home? And it was cause it was late at night, 11 o'clock. He was like, shit, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to get on the train this late. And then I started thinking about it damn, this nigga gonna owe me his life. What if he got on that train and somebody would have killed him? Or he'd have got cut or something or beat up on the train. And I kind of saved his life. A lot of times people be saving your life and you would never know. That's crazy though. Somebody could save your life and you never know. That could have been his last night if I'd have never offered him that ride. But that's just crazy how simple life is, and at the same time, how one little thing could change the whole course of everything that's going on with your life and shit like that. And shout out to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was lit this week. Definitely shout out to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was fucking lit this week. Arya thinks she's slick, man. She got with my man Gendry, but right before that, she was outside with the Hound, and then Lord Beric came up and he cockblocked, so she just dipped on the Hound fuck it, and then found Gendry. Gendry found her, and she gave my son Kendrick some pussy. And I'm not gonna lie, Jamie is the biggest hater there is. Jamie was fucking hating. My son Torman was fucking was trying to get at Brianna Taff. He been trying to get at Brianna Taff. He is nothing but a gentleman to her in the best way he know how to be. And that's another thing people need to understand. If I may not be perfect, but I'm being the best way I know how to be. He's been a gentleman to Brianna Taff since he met her, showed her nothing but love and affection, and in the best way he know how he was taught. Cause he a fucking wildling. He mad wild, so he just being kind to her the best way he can. Jamie, she even said it on the show, oh, Jamie, this is the first time you've ever talked to me without dissing me. Jamie, you don't even like her, man. Let somebody who really deserve it get her. You bored of fucking your sister now, so now you want to try to make moves on her. Just let Torman get her, alright? Because Torman deserve her. She's a big woman. Nobody probably ever showed her affection. Treated her like a man her whole life because she was a big and a fighter. Torman Cummins just is mesmerized by her. And you over here want to hate, oh, I'm going to make you a knight. Dude, come on, man. That's some super hating shit, man. But shout out to Game of Thrones, man. I can't wait to fucking next week, man. I literally cannot fucking wait to next week. Yo. I stay in the house for 6 days a week because I don't want to just go outside. I don't want nothing to happen to me, and I miss Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones was really, really saving my lives for the next five weeks. Damn, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do when the show go off. Like, I don't even know what I did before Game of Thrones. I hope I'm not one of those niggas that just talk about Game of Thrones for the rest of my life. Like, I could see myself turning into a psychopath and just only thinking about Game of Thrones and talking about Game of Thrones and going to conventions. I might fucking need Game of Thrones rehab when it's over because, not gonna lie, that's the best show I ever seen. It topped, hands down, the best show I've ever seen. That, The Office, The Wire, Law and Order, but Law and Order is just like scattered throughout, but nothing can fuck with Game of Thrones, man. That is crazy. Oh, and speaking of Yelp and reading reviews, and speaking of on reading, I read somewhere recently that people who eat chicken fingers are more likely to be faithful in relationships than people who like go to a restaurant and want to try every single thing on the menu. And you know, because tendencies carry over, and it made perfect sense. Like, that makes perfect sense. Like, you may look at it as like something little as chicken fingers and food, but tendencies carry over. If a person could be satisfied with a meal, they can be satisfied with a partner. Like, and people who want to try everything on the menu might want to try a couple partners. Like, it's not even the food. It's just like your tendencies, and that makes perfect sense. And you want to know where I read that? I read it on my Twitter because I tweeted it. But just because I tweeted something don't mean it's not true. Like, I mean, it was a fucking, what do you call it, hypotenuse. I gave it hypotenuse, and I'm sure if someone actually did the work on it to see if it was true, it would come out true, because I'm like a fucking kind of a scientist, like I'm like a sad scientist, so I'm sure that if someone did it, I might I'm gonna do a survey on it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go around the street, ask 100 people, like, oh, do you prefer chicken fingers when you eat, or do you prefer everything on the menu? And then ask them, like, have you ever cheated on your partner, or will you try to be faithful? And I guarantee you that everything, it comes out in my favor, and the way I think it is. I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do the whole graph like they used to do in 6th grade. Goddamn, do kids still do that? Like the science field, you have to do the fucking hypotenuse and experiment and all of that shit, man. Damn, I can't wait to have kids. I got baby fever like a motherfucker, man. And my Valentine's Day, I remember the last time I said I was here, I was going to tell you about my Valentine's Day. My Valentine's Day was super trash. I ain't did shit but get drunk. No hoes, nothing. But I think I'm about to get in a relationship for the summertime. I think it's that time, it's ready. Because I'm at the point where it's like, fuck it. Like, alright, I ain't looking for love no more. As long as you don't bother me, long as you got like a little sister or aunt or mother that you real cool with that could watch the baby when I don't feel like watching it, when I want to hang out and shit, then we could just coexist. Like, at this point in my life, I'm just really looking for somebody that can just fit into my life without, you know, like, you just fit like a lock and glove. Like, all that love and dove shit, I feel like that's for young people and fools. And I'm just ready to do it. And I'm a cheat anyway, so fuck it. Like, I probably just love the person that I'm gonna cheat with, but I'm ready to just be with somebody for them. That's it, man. Do we got any asksadpitt? Let me get some asksadpitts up here. Ooh. Shout out to asksadpitt. Let me hit the asksadpitt. Remember, you email us at asksadpitt@gmail.com with any questions you want me to answer. Or you could hit me on Twitter or Instagram, DM it, or just hashtag asksadpitt. I'll check this shit out and answer your questions up here. Asksadpitt. Dear Sad Pitt, is there anything that you would change about yourself? Probably my voice. I hate my fucking voice. I hate it. I don't know, I just always wish I had like a super deep ass voice like motherfucking Barry White. My voice is mad squeaky and I hate it. Something and especially like when I get upset, I yell more. So it's like yeah. It's like, and a lot of times people don't believe me when I'm getting upset. and I have to end up getting really upset and short. I'm like, oh shit, he wasn't playing just because my voice gets so high pitched. So maybe my voice I would change about me. Dear Sad Pitt, what made you get into podcasting and why don't you have any interesting guests? I did somebody ask that before. I like talking. I like talking. So I got into podcasting. I like talking. I like talking about the specific things I like talking about. I don't really have any guests because I don't give a fuck what nobody else got to think or what they say. Now, I mean, not like that, but it's like, if somebody want to come up here and kick it, we talk about the shit I want to talk about, but I don't really be wanting to talk about the shit other people talk about. Like, I live in a different, I don't want to say I live in a bubble, but I live in my bubble, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only concerned myself with the things that concern with me, and a lot of times I don't want to interview nobody. Shit, so like that. So basically, unless a nigga, we could, like, it'll be like I'll have guests, but we're going to be more kicking it than it'd be interview style, because most podcasts are going to have guests and they like interviewing them on shit. Bills, what up, my dude? Been a big fan of yours from Twitter. Proud to see you get into the podcasting game. I'll be in NYC soon. We should link up for a beer and searching for the love of our lives together. What's this nigga name? I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Like, a lot of people, shout out to people who've been following me since Twitter, when I used to just tweet a whole bunch of crazy shit back in the day. And it's crazy, on Twitter, I actually started out like a sports Twitter person because I had a girlfriend at the time, so I didn't really want to be doing too much up there. And then we broke up and all hell would lose. I just turned into the Bills from Bills on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. If you come out to New York City and shit, we can have a drink or two. We link up in the city. Just don't be on no weird shit. And plus, I'm a lot bigger than I look on Instagram and Twitter, I guess. So don't try no weird shit, 'cause I might fuck you up. All right, I will beat you up. I'm a lot bigger than I look on the internet. Like I'm like 6 foot 200 pounds. I don't know why that. I don't seem like that on Twitter. But I will beat you up if you come out here acting weird, you know what I mean? But fuck it, I'll definitely link up with you and get a couple drinks if you're just a normal person and shit. Bills, were you really trying to fight at the Summer Walker concert? No, man. No, man. I was not trying to fight at the Summer Walker concert. Joe, I kind of was super wild drunk, so I don't remember like everything that happened that night, but I could just recall like some guy, like I was standing here, Joe was standing here, like standing on the other side of me, and some guy just like kept talking over me to try to talk to him. Like, like at first it was cool, like, you know, if it happened for a little bit, but he just kept going, like I'm trying to listen to the music, and then he like bumping over me to get to him. But I don't remember exactly what happened, but no, I wasn't trying to fight at no goddamn Summer Walker concert, man. I fuck with Summer Walker. Shout out to the Summer Walker concert too. That shit was lit, man. It was a lot. She got a lot of nice looking fans. I will say that. Summer Walker has a lot of nice looking fans. And I checked out some of her songs and shit. Her songs is fire. Fucking, I like The Girls Need Love and shit like that. Then another one I really stood out. I really fuck with like that. But that's it, man. It's a quick one this week, man. Not really. I would talk about Game of Thrones more, but I told you I'm gonna do a whole nother separate Game of Thrones podcast, and really get busy. I think I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna put that this should come out Tuesdays. I think I'm gonna put the Game of Thrones shit out probably Sunday in the day, so the people who gonna watch, you know, the episode this week hear about last week's episode and my thoughts about last week's episode. So remember, follow me on Instagram at @sadpitt, Twitter at @bbillions. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on either SoundCloud, YouTube, or on Apple Music podcasts and shit like that. Or Saturday, go to Saturday.com, copy some new merch and shit. We got a big drop coming soon. And that's it. That's Reservations for Bills. Thank you for tuning in. Till next